Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being well-informed. Today, we've got a really interesting collection of online buzz pulled together just for you from this quite eclectic Japanese article.
Right. Exactly. Think of it like a digital scrapbook of what's happening right now. It's got everything from personal habits, pop culture stuff, even local news bits.
Yeah, it's pretty diverse.
And our job, really, is to kind of sift through all this varied stuff and see if we can find some surprising connections, maybe some insights that'll get you thinking.
Absolutely. What's great about sources like this is that sheer variety. You get a glimpse into so many different, seemingly random thoughts and observations online. So the goal is to find those little threads, connect the dots and give you a fresh look at what people are actually talking about right now.
Okay, so let's dive in. One of the first themes that sort of jumped out at me was this whole idea of self-perception, how we see ourselves.
And how that shows up online.
Yeah.
There was this one anecdote about someone, right, who, when they were feeling really confident, they'd search for train love at first sight regularly.
Wow, okay. That's specific.
Isn't it? It's like this hopeful, almost movie-like idea that maybe romance could just happen on your commute. It says something about feeling, open to possibility.
It really does. It's fascinating how even these private searches, things you type into a search bar, can kind of reflect your inner state.
Right.
That confidence translates into actively looking for, a certain kind of magic, I guess. A serendipitous meeting. It's a common trope, but seeing it in a search query is interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And then, almost on the flip side, you had this whole debate about underwear. Lace versus plain.
Yes, the great underwear debate.
And the arguments were all about personal feeling. Some people saying lace gives them a secret confidence boost just for themselves.
Even if no one sees it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
While others are just like, no, comfort is key. Give me plain and practical any day. It feels very internal, that choice. Not really about external validation.
So if you put that next to the train love search, well, they seem like different motivations, don't they?
They do.
One is maybe outward looking, hoping for an interaction, even subconsciously. The other is purely about how you feel inside, your own comfort. So it shows this spectrum, right, from these very personal, hidden choices to maybe more outward-facing attempts at self-improvement or presentation, which kind of leads into that discussion about makeup.
Yes. The control colors. Blue, lavender, green.
Yeah.
Meant to fix skin tone issues.
Right. Correcting redness or sallowness.
But the chat online was highlighting this for all of this unexpected downside. Yeah. People saying lavender actually made them look gray.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
It's a bit ironic, isn't it? You try to look better and you end up looking gray.
Well, it points to that gap between what you intend and what actually happens, right?
Totally.
Lavender has cool undertones, and on some skin, instead of brightening, it can, unfortunately emphasize any sallowness. Make things look a bit ashy or gray. It's a good reminder that makeup isn't always straightforward. Individual results vary.
So true. Okay, shifting gears now. Completely different direction. Let's talk about some of the amazing trivia that popped up.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the description of an ingredient in fukujinzuke? That pickled relish you get with Japanese curry?
I think I did. Was it the really weird one?
Yes. Someone described one part of it as looking like the copper cassette or thin slices of a space shuttle excavated from the ruins.
That's it. It's incredible, isn't it? What a description.
I know. It just makes you look at this common little side dish completely differently.
Yeah.
And people online were just loving it, calling it real trivia.
It's finding the extraordinary in the mundane, isn't it? Fukujinzuke is just there. But that description makes it suddenly fascinating, sparks a bit of wonder.
It really does.
Yeah.
And speaking of unexpected things, what about the hot eye mask eyelash curling hack?
Haha, yes. The idea that just slapping on a hot eye mask might somehow curl your lashes.
Exactly. It sounds so random, almost chaotic. But people online were apparently eager for more tips like that, these unconventional beauty hacks.
Well, it taps into that desire for easy wins, maybe slightly rebellious shortcuts,
Yeah.
Forget the complicated routines. Let's just see what happens if I heat my face near my eyelashes. It's playful.
Definitely playful. Then there was the signage issue at the renovated Okanamizu station in Tokyo.
Oh, the mistake.
Yeah, apparently a noticeable error that somehow got missed during this big renovation project.
It happens, doesn't it? Makes you wonder about the approval process sometimes.
Right. Even with careful planning, little things slip through.
It just shows the human element, I suppose. Multiple checks, but sometimes the obvious gets overlooked. Nobody's perfect, even sign milkers.
True enough. Okay, so let's move into areas where different online worlds seem to collide a bit.
Okay.
There was buzz around a reported romance between Sasha Harino, former Idol, very popular,
Big deal, yeah.
and Inukai Takatake, an actor known for Kamen Rider.
Ah, okay. So Idol World meets Tokusatsu Hero World.
Exactly. And the online reaction was framed as this meeting of otaku cultures. People seemed genuinely excited, calling it a serious love, like fans were invested in this real-life crossover.
Well, it speaks to those parasocial relationships fans have, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
When two figures from distinct fan cultures get together, it feels like a shared win for both fan bases. It kind of blurs the lines between their public personas and private lives, like real-life fanfic for some people.
That's a good way to put it. Now contrast that with the Billy Keach event.
Oh, the spell chanting.
Yes, where people actually had to recite the full spells from the manga and anime to order the special menu item.
That is dedication.
Isn't it? It's next-level fan immersion, not just consuming the content, but actively performing it, even if it's a bit silly.
It really highlights that performative aspect of fandom. It's not enough just to like it. You have to show you like it, demonstrate your knowledge, your commitment, even for a burger.
Yeah, for a themed burger.
It's about that deeper connection, feeling part of that community.
And then, okay, this one was wonderfully weird. The idea that because of some production changes, potatoes run over by tractors might accidentally get isekai'd, transported to another world.
Wait, what? Run over potatoes? Ending up in another dimension?
Apparently.
Yeah.
And the online comments just ran with it, imagining alien invasive potato species cargo loading becoming a new religion.
That is brilliant. Pure internet creativity.
It's just taking a completely mundane scenario and spinning it into this wild, funny fantasy.
It really shows that human capacity for whimsical thought, doesn't it? And how online groups can just build on an idea like that. Collective, imaginative fun.
Absolutely. Okay, let's touch on some local news bits and how they might reflect bigger things.
Right.
The Nagano police using a Detective Conan movie poster for a job ad. That's pretty clever.
Yeah, Detective Conan is huge. It's a smart move.
Shows a bit of creativity, right? Trying to connect with younger people using something they actually like. Makes the police seem a bit more approachable, maybe.
Definitely. It's adapting to modern communication, using pop culture to cut through the usual recruitment noise. Could attract fans of the series.
Makes sense. Then on a completely different and much more serious note, there was that really disturbing story about a nursery school mother inviting a friend into a dark, part-time job, which led to a conviction.
Yeah, that was unsettling to read about.
Just a stark reminder, isn't it, that darkness can exist right there in seemingly normal community connections. How easily trust can be broken.
It really is. It's quite concerning, showing vulnerability within social circles and how criminal stuff can just infiltrate everyday life. A reminder to be vigilant.
Definitely. And then back to something lighter, thankfully, the relatable office problem.
Ah, the printing issue.
Yes. The head office person can't get their printer to work.
Right, clicking the button, nothing happens.
While suddenly the branch office is drowning in unexpected printouts.
Haha. Oh dear. Classic office tech chaos.
I think we've all been there, right? That kind of tech hiccup and communication breakdown. Yeah. It's frustrating, but also kind of funny in hindsight.
Totally relatable. It just shows that even with all our systems, glitches and human moments are just part of work life.
So true.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at some of the quirks of human behavior that came up.
Always fun.
There was this debate about the unconscious coffee party.
Unconscious coffee party?
Yeah, basically people who just drink coffee, like as a beverage, without all the fancy brewing methods or detailed tasting notes.
Ah, okay. Just enjoying it simply.
Exactly. And apparently this sparked quite a discussion online, even within one family. It just shows how many ways there are to appreciate something simple, like coffee.
Well, enjoyment is subjective, isn't it? You don't need to be a connoisseur to like something.
Right.
There are many directions of love, as one commenter apparently put it. Applies to coffee, hobbies, anything, really.
I like that, directions of love. Then there was the call for a PR campaign for the house centipede.
Oh, the gijiji. Yeah, they're visually challenging for many.
Extremely. But apparently they're beneficial, right? They eat cockroaches and other pests.
They do. Very effective predators.
But yeah, they look terrifying.
Right.
So someone suggested this PR makeover where it dramatically appears, kills a cockroach, strikes a heroic pose.
Uh-huh. That's amazing. Giving the creepy crawly a superhero entrance.
It just perfectly highlights how much we judge by appearance, doesn't it?
Don't.
Even if something is helpful.
It really does. Perception is powerful. Hard to overcome that initial yikes factor, even with facts about their usefulness. A funny take on overcoming bad first impressions.
Definitely. And lastly, in this section, the debate about Gundam.
Ah, the classic.
Is it national content or is it extraordinary content?
Meaning, is it like a fundamental part of Japanese culture or something more niche, albeit huge?
Kind of, yeah. It shows that even with something massive and influential like Gundam, people still have different takes on its exact cultural status.
It raises that question, how do we define national content? What makes something cross that line? It shows cultural significance is always kind of up for discussion, even for the big ones.
Good point. Okay, as we start to wrap up, let's touch on a few things about navigating modern life.
Okay.
There was the University of Tokyo students' rather sad Line interaction.
Line, the messaging app, yeah.
Sent a message to someone they liked, got a reply that apparently lasted all of 1 second.
Ouch. Oh, that's rough. The digital brush off.
Yeah, it's just so relatable, that awkwardness and potential rejection in digital communication, how brief interactions can feel huge.
It really captures the challenges of digital social dynamics, doesn't it? Nuance gets lost, connection feels flimsy, a quick glance can feel like a dismissal.
So true. Then, something more charming. Mail getting delivered successfully, even though it was written on a taraha leaf.
A leaf. Seriously.
Yeah. And apparently, the taraha leaf is the origin, the namesake, of postcards in Japan. Hagaki.
No way. That's fascinating. So it's like historically accurate mail.
Kind of. A fun, slightly impractical nod to the past, showing the Postal Service can still handle the unusual.
That's brilliant. A connection to the tangible history of just sending a message.
And finally, a more serious point was raised about redevelopment in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
The concern that it's maybe too focused on commercial interests, prioritizing profit over preserving cultural elements or local character.
Ah, the homogenization of cities. Yeah, that's a global concern.
Right. Leading to landscapes that maybe look increasingly similar, less distinct. It raises big questions about societal values, doesn't it? What do we lose when we rebuild?
It's a critical discussion. Finding that balance between progress, economic development, and preserving cultural identity, historical sites, the unique feel of a place. What trade-offs are we making?
Exactly. So, bringing this all together, it's quite something to look back at the range of topics we've covered, all from just one collection of online chatter.
It really is. From underwear choices, to giant robots, to the fate of run-over potatoes. The scope of what people think about and discuss is just immense.
And maybe the big takeaway here is just that constant human drive, to find connections, to find humor, to find meaning in everything around us.
Yeah, definitely. Whether it's the profound or the profoundly silly, like the potato isekai, we're always trying to make sense of things, connect with others through shared observations or jokes.
Right. So maybe a final thought for you listening.
Yeah.
Which of these little snippets, these seemingly random discussions, actually resonated with you?
Mm-hmm. What caught your attention?
Yeah. What might that tell you about what's on your mind right now? We hope you keep exploring the world, online and off, with that same kind of curiosity, always looking for those interesting little threads.